forward-thinking duo from the Big Apple.
And each week on the Progressive Union, we dish on the news, politics, and pop culture that the corporate media ducks.
Our goal is to inform...
Right, we are back with a little change of pace here. And this is like, I hate to say this, but I really do get a little charge from these guys because they're into like politics and they're so passionate about it, and we love to be passionate about things on this show. So, all right, you guys, I know you're the union because you guys, I'm like in the middle here of a married couple of politics, and that's
a
pretty
good
tricky.
thing, though. That's a good thing.
All right, so who's who?
I'm Doreen DiLeonardo, and this is Tony DiLeonardo.
I'm the sidekick.
No.
I say very much like the Sundance Kid, but I'm there.
I love the Sundance Kid. So is she Butch Cassidy?
I guess so.
Or
More
is she
personality
Cassidy?
than me.
Or is she
I am a better swimmer than you.
You're funny. Everybody's a better swimmer than me.
All right,
But
so what's going on with you guys?
First of all, I have some gifts for you.
That's very sweet.
You got to give the gifts up.
This is from the Headless Horseman since it's Halloween.
Oh my gosh, it's my
A
first
baby
pumpkin of this
pumpkin.
year. Thank you.
Since you know music, you know the song Jeepers Creepers?
I do. Where did you get those?
You got these eyes from the Progressive Union.
Oh, they're eyeballs.
They're
eyeballs.
Wow, I love eyeballs.
We love Rue.
Wow.
Happy
Eyeballs.
Halloween a little early.
Nice,
Progressive
nice,
Union.
nice.
Anyway, who we are the
Thank
Progressive
you.
Union. We are a forward-thinking married couple that do news and politics and pop culture that the corporate media ignores. So every week we have a show on Third Strike Radio, and right now is a busy time for us because it's election 2012, and the misinformation abounds. So,
Well, you know, yeah, I have a big question actually. And yesterday in my mail, I was delivered something that said my voting area has changed.
Yeah.
Now, the address they gave me is somewhere that does not exist.
oh no.
So I'm curious to know, like, is this intentional? Like, are they making up addresses so you go to your old place and they're like, you can't vote here. So then you go to the place that they sent you and it doesn't exist, so then how are you supposed to vote?
Well, there is a lot of, I'll address a couple of things there. There's a lot of voter suppression out there having to do in a lot of states regarding voter ID.
This is New York City.
Well, they're doing it everywhere.
Now, who runs this?
What
Is
I
it
would,
that MR guy?
Mitt Romney?
Yeah.
That would be the GOP. You need to
Mitt
go.
Romney is a merry-go-round that goes nowhere. He keeps twirling. He's got nothing. There's nobody sitting on it, but he just keeps going and going and going.
I heard he's a game show host from the 1970s.
No, but for voting,
1960s.
this is where you have to go, Rue. Go to, you live in New York City?
I do.
Okay. NYC Vote or voter registration, just Google
No,
it.
I will.
And then if you put in your name and your zip code,
But I'm
they
not
will
the
give
only
you
person
where.
that got this.
Well,
I know.
they've done this in a lot of states. They've done it they've targeted a lot of people. Well, this is what they've been doing in a lot of other states. They've been making new requirements for voting that require people to drive. A lot of people don't drive. People in New York City don't drive. Elderly people don't drive. Students may not drive. They don't have a car. Poor minorities might not drive. So if they don't have the proper ID, they'll be sent away from the polls. In Florida, Governor Rick Scott was purging the rolls, saying there was a lot of voter fraud. There's literally no voter fraud in person in the United States. There's just none. There's like 20 cases in the past 10 years. So it's all to keep certain people home from voting, and those would be the people that normally vote for one party, and that would be the Democratic Party, and it's a fact. It's not because we are Democrats, it's because it's a fact-driven.
And you're sure it's not because you're a Democrat?
No, I know it's not.
See, Brew, this is how it works. She gets on the radio, and it's kind of like King Kong. She bangs the gong, and I show up at the wall, and I start to roar.
Roar away,
So
Tony.
did you ever vote together?
Sure we did.
Sure we
Did you
did.
go in the booth
Remember that old
together?
lady that tried to pull me in the booth with her?
I do remember that. In
Back
Bayside.
in Bayside.
In Bayside.
You live in
So
When I get
Bayside?
busy, right?
we used to live in Bayside.
Okay.
We
All right,
don't live
let's,
in Bayside
let's
anymore.
hit the
Yeah, I
top.
want to
We
know
need
the
to
list.
hit. We need
Yeah, I
to
want to
hit
hear.
the-
I want to hear.
So the last debate we had, hopefully people did watch the debate. Romney came out and it looked like he just paraphrased all Obama's answers. So if Obama spoke first, he just said exactly what Obama said, and repeated and parroted it. So the second debate, actually the first debate, he was very moderate Mitt. He wasn't conservative anymore like he was in the debates with the Republicans. Then he became moderate, and now he's just parrot Mitt. He's now, I'm just like Obama, but I'm a white guy. That's basically what we got the
Okay.
other night, but not a very smart white guy.
Basically, what he was trying to do, what he was trying to do is, and I could see what he's doing. He's basically taking the fence sitters that are not sure, that are kind of leaning to Obama, but they do want a white guy back in the White House. But they're like, he's got the same foreign policies, so let me sway the vote. I
So,
know exactly what he's doing.
but I heard that the people that are those people on the fence didn't watch the debate.
Yeah, because basically they schedule Monday Night Football against
Right.
two teams that half the country's not even rooting for.
Right,
And then you have Game 7 in the National League Championship Series.
right.
And this was a big mistake. They should have put it on that Tuesday.
Shoulda, woulda, coulda. So like,
Yeah, it was a big mistake.
Monday night in the fall is not a good idea for anything
you
political.
think it was intentional?
I don't know. I wouldn't
That I
doubt
don't
it.
know.
I
That we
wouldn't
wouldn't.
doubt it.
Isn't everything intentional?
When it has to
when
do with money,
Yeah.
everything has to do with money.
Exactly.
So what else
So
did
we
do?
go down the list. So if you really, in my opinion, if you want to know what people's true personality is or their true beliefs, you go into their home with them and you get to know people, right? So there was that video that Mother Jones did because somebody videotaped Mitt Romney, and that was like a month ago or 2 months ago, was everywhere, and it was the 47% video where he
Right,
was saying
yes.
that 47%
That he
of
doesn't
the
give a
people,
shit about.
right? Because they're victims, they're living off the dole, they don't pay any taxes. Which is not true because senior citizens don't pay taxes again on their Social Security because they paid into it, and students probably don't pay any taxes because they're students, and veterans don't pay taxes because they risk their lives so we can all have freedom. So all of those people are considered to him to be victims. So he said that to his very rich donors that were in someone's house in California, paying $50,000 to listen to Mitt talk. That wasn't the only video. That's one of the videos. So for me, that is Mitt Romney. He's talking to his peeps. Now, when he comes in front of the American people to do these debates, everyone's watching. Not just the right, everyone's watching. So he's got to go all the way to the middle and discount everything he said before. And some people that haven't been following the story for the past 2 years, they say, oh, he seems like a nice guy. But the guy changes his mind 3 times in a day. On
Didn't they used
simple
to say that
questions.
about Al Gore?
Basically, let me clue everybody in.
On Al
These
Gore?
Didn't
people
they
that
used to
are-
say Al Gore was all wishy-washy and he'd always change his mind?
I don't think they said Al Gore would change his mind. I think they pegged him as a nerd, and Bush was the guy that you have a beer with. And that's who you want to have as president.
No, I want to have
The one that you have a beer
The
with.
beer with. That's
Oh, yeah.
I want to have a
Truly,
beer
that's
with
who
Joe
you
Biden,
want.
not with George Bush.
You don't want a drunkard for president.
But we
No,
had
you
one.
you want a crook for
Basically,
president.
Right.
the white middle class working guy voter, that they always vote Republican. The problem with that is, and I actually studied the demographics, is a lot of these guys, these union, and I work with quite a few of them, they have never ever done anything but manual labor in their field, in the union. They have never worked on Wall Street like I have. You do not want a guy like Mitt Romney as president.
I agree with that. I'm not
6
saying
years
that.
I worked on Wall Street and in the World Financial Center. These people have no souls. None.
They don't
I'm
care,
not kidding
folks.
you.
And they're ready to take all our marbles
They
away. We
make
always talk about our marbles.
Caligula look good. It's the next line of coke, the next
You're giving me
limo.
chills.
I am not
Well, we
kidding.
want people to
Yeah.
be worried, and we want people to vote, and we want people to listen to
I
the
was
right
there.
information.
I was there the day that Drexel Burnham was raided by the feds, and they were ripping the phone jacks out of the walls. That stockbrokers were running for their lives. This is not the guy you want in the White House.
Now,
It's funny when you're looking at Gordon Gekko on Wall Street, you're laughing. Michael Douglas, he's an actor. This is real life.
Right. People. Do you think that people
Get rid
don't
of people.
understand the difference of real
These
life and the
people that are
movies?
working in Cincinnati, they're laying cinder blocks. They think because they're white, the world works for them. Mitt Romney is white. He will always take care of them. He will not.
No, he will not.
Only if you're white and you're in the 1%,
All right.
he will take care of
Exactly.
you.
I have a question. The thing that scares me more than anything, I know you have a long list and I want to help
Oh.
get through it, but I just feel those types of people, I don't want to judge anyone, however, that 1%, they're the kind of people that cheat and get away with it. Other people cheat and they get caught and they get punished, but those people, they like have permission to cheat.
Yes,
and
they do.
that is what scares me for the election, because no matter how many people go and vote, if they're cheating, and they won't get caught.
It's like at the end of the
that's the
first
next
chapter.
thing
It's like
we
at
have
the end
here.
of the first chapter of the Godfather.
I went to boarding school. I got caught cheating. I got fucked up. Bad. But I was rubbing shoulders with some of those other kids, and they don't get caught.
Because
I
they
got
have the
caught.
money.
I
Listen,
got
you
caught.
should be worried about the election. There's a few things you should be worried about, a few things you should know about. There is a problem in Ohio. Apparently, Mitt Romney's company, Bain Capital, and his son
Didn't they just buy
Ted.
new machines?
Well,
for
they bought
voting?
new machines, and Bain Capital, which is owned by the Romneys, owns their machines. So we have to worry about that, because that happened
I heard
with the
about
Bush
that.
election, the second one with Diebold, which was owned by somebody that was raising money for Bush. So that's a big problem. And Ohio is very important. And Romney needs Ohio to win. He can't get the path to presidency without Ohio. That's one thing. Now, right now, and you can Google everything that we say. Go to the Google, hit news when you hit the Google, or you're going to get crazy things like Andrew Breitbart. That's not news. Go to the Google, hit news, and look for the things that we talk about to see if it is factual and it is true. Right now, Freeport, Illinois, Sensata factory, do the Google. Okay, owned by Bain Capital, owned by Mitt Romney. The jobs are right now.
Why can't his dog come out and talk? I know. Didn't he put his dog on top of the car?
He did.
That dog is long
But
gone.
the
Thank God for
jobs,
that poor dog.
the jobs at that factory are being sent to China right now. Right now, 170 workers via Mitt Romney, who is
How
running
many
for
of you-
president,
how
are
many
going
of you-
to China for
How
99
many of
cents
you
an hour.
like to wander through KB Toys
If you can find
when
one.
you were young?
Yeah.
I mean, when you were young.
I met Anthony from
And you
the
like to wander
Chili
through and
Peppers in
remember
the
when you were a
Toys.
child and you wandered through and you looked at the toys. Romney killed KB Toys, and that's one of
Oh,
the
that's
things.
why I said if you can find one.
There is no KB Toys.
Oh,
It was
that's-
in very good shape. What they do is they suck the life out of it. It's going to be Halloween. They're like vampires. They leverage debt against a healthy company. They charge them money to manage it. And before you know it, 16,000 people are out of work after a company's around for 100 years and it's the number 2 company. Google that too. Don't take our word
All right,
for
but
it.
talk
Do
to
some
me
work.
like, politics for dummies. Like, talk to me like, so it's very, very easy to understand. Because you guys go right over my head, and then you sound
No.
like Charlie Brown, and
There's
it's like,
no
wow,
right over our
wow,
head.
wow.
Okay, so this is the deal.
Yeah, exactly.
This is the deal. If you are
Yeah.
a woman, if you are a senior
Basically,
citizen,
let me
if
put
you
it,
are a
let me put it
student,
this way. Let me. When you're 65 years old, and you've worked hard in your life. Do you want to deal with vouchers?
for your health care,
If you're married,
What does that mean? They give you like one
You
of a
too.
book?
a coupon.
Yeah, I mean, when
you
they
have
want
a daughter
this voucher.
together and your wife. Do you want these people to tell you your wife cannot have contraception? If your daughter or your wife gets raped, you have to have this child.
And the rapist can be in your life. He
Birth
was
is
raped.
supposed to be an act of love, not an act of violence. These GOP, that's all it seems to them.
Now, if their
They are the
children
biggest misogynists
needed an
in the world.
abortion,
I
Oh,
worked
they
with
would
quite a few
get
them.
one.
Of course,
Of course.
of course.
That's what I'm talking about.
Okay?
They just want to run the show.
Maybe they are the lizards that everybody thinks they are.
And
Maybe
they might
wanna
be fun
be-
to have a drink with.
because
but
they want to eat us.
We only
You
have a
never
little
know.
bit left. Every time they say entitlements, forget it. We are entitled. We put our money into Social Security, into Medicare, into Medicaid, into unemployment. That's our
So-
money.
on the bottom line is going with Obama going forward and going with Mitt Romney going backwards.
Yes, that would be it. You got it.
Yeah.
You got it. We need to go forward. Why we're talking about abortion
Little House on the Prairie.
and all these things. And
He's a Mormon though. Maybe he does want to.
Well,
go
the
to that.
Mormons believe in the magic underwear and they
I
go
don't
to
care
planet.
what anybody is, truthfully.
I don't know enough about Mormonism to really make.
I know the Osmonds are Mormon. They're cute.
I think it's a bit strange, but I really have
I
never
don't care. I don't care
into it.
anybody's.
As long as they do that on their own and they're
Yeah,
not
it's
affecting
fine.
us, we're
I would
okay
say
with
in
that.
Obama's defense, because a lot of people say like, oh, Obama's not doing anything.
Oh,
You
but we
gotta
have a
realize,
list.
but you gotta realize, I mean, I would say in his defense, you
What he
got
had.
8 years of Bush bull crap
Yeah,
that
exactly.
he has to clean up.
I know, but we're New
You're right.
Yorkers. We're New Yorkers.
Basically, I look at it this way.
That's my opinion.
Okay,
Yeah,
the
no, I
I
president.
agree with you.
The president, in my opinion, is the gatekeeper of hell. The corporations are hell. Obama's trying to beat them back the best he can. Romney will snap the chain and let them all come through.
It's true. It's true. So how do we, like, what do we do? We pray a lot? I mean,
No.
like, what do we do?
We vote.
We vote for
We vote.
Obama to keep the gate padlocked. Once in a while, some of them will climb over and slip through the bars,
Of course.
but if Romney gets in, it's over.
We're done.
So who do you
Everything's
think
done.
has more skeletons in their closet, Obama or Romney?
Romney.
Oh, Romney has a lot of them, I'm sure. He won't even show us his taxes.
Right.
The guy has Swiss bank accounts. That's to hide stuff. You have to pay Switzerland to put your money there, you know, if the guy's going to pay them.
Hundreds and millions.
Imagine.
Hundreds of millions.
Sure, I would love to know what skeletons he's got. We put this up on our Facebook page a lot. It's
And
about-
your Facebook page is the
for
Progressive
the
Union.
Progressive Union. Please visit it
Yeah.
on Facebook. We do put Obama's top accomplishments for his first term, which are 50, so which is a lot, especially since the last two.
One for every state.
One for every state. The last two we had the Congress, which was dominated by the Tea Party, so a lot can't get done when they say no to 8 jobs bills. Remember that when your friends tell you 8 jobs bills, Republicans don't want, but they have almost 2,000 women's health bills against women.
Basically, one more thing. The Salt Lake Times has come out in favor. This is a Mormon-owned newspaper.
Yeah, it's Utah.
Has come out in favor of Barack Obama.
All right.
Not Mitt Romney.
Now, this is
Do you think it
what
has anything to do with Sundance?
this should tell
You
you.
were saying that you were the Sundance kid.
I wish.
Didn't you say that?
This has something. This speaks in volumes to
He
you.
did say that.
Yeah.
Okay, this tells you something.
Yeah.
Mitt Romney is supposedly their favorite son. Not this time. There is a reason.
And the place where he was governor in Massachusetts, they're not voting for him
I
either.
still don't. I'm not even sure what state this man comes from.
You think Arnold Schwarzenegger's
He
voting
has
for Mitt Romney?
he has ties to New
Arnold's he's too busy on his
Hampshire.
book tour or whatever
He
he's
has
doing.
ties to New Hampshire, Michigan. He has a home in San Diego. He hangs out in Utah. Where are you from?
That planet
Who
that
are
he's going to.
But he's got binders of women.
Yeah.
Binders of
Got
women.
binders of
Binders of
So does Hugh Hefner.
I love
I would
you.
rather hang out with him
And
than
every
Mitt Romney
16-year-old
any
kid
day.
in America.
Yeah,
Good
exactly.
thing you have that.
All right, so we got to sum it up now.
We do
So-
have to sum it up. What you need to do is you need to go to our website, theprogressiveunion.com. We have a lot of podcasts there. Podcast 15 has a lot to do with Mitt Romney and Bain Capital. If you have friends that don't get it, they think he's a job creator, let them listen. It's only an hour.
He is a job killer.
All right, so Tony, do you have a skeleton in your closet?
That's between me and my parish priest, if I could find one. It's
Oh.
got long enough to listen to my sins.
Well, can you share a silly one? You want to? It's good and plenty day, and
Oh,
these are
shit, we saw it on the
Ivy
West Side
Bakery.
yesterday.
What about you, Doreen?
Well, I have a bad one, especially since I'm a progressive, but I was really young and I didn't know anything, which
Okay.
is why
Then
I
you're
tried
innocent.
to make
Brace
sure
yourself,
people
people.
know things. But the first time I voted for Reagan. I know. I didn't know better. I didn't have the truth.
You're admitting it.
I didn't have information. I
Good for
registered
you.
to vote. I was studying journalism and I was trying to learn everything. And
You
I
get a
can't
cupcake
eat the
for that.
cupcake because I'm gluten-free.
I
But
have
people get to
Tony
eat it.
gets to
I
have the
have
See
to,
that?
it's pink, no thank you.
Oh, you're
It's good
funny.
and plenty
Tony,
day,
In
man.
my wife's defense, she was young like we all were.
And we
I
didn't
was in
know.
high school.
And he was an
Reagan-
actor. See,
Reagan
this is the whole thing.
wasn't
He
a
was
very good
he
one.
was an actor playing
And
a
he could
president
shovel
in
it
real life.
really well.
Then I dug deeper because I am curious.
Yeah.
A lot of more of the American public should be. The minute I read about him, I wanted Gary Hart in '84. When he got caught with Donna Rice in his lap, I had a fit.
He wanted Donna Rice.
Didn't want Reagan anymore. I was like, this guy is bad news. He's the beginning of the end.
And he was bad
He
news.
was.
So, everybody needs to vote. Go to the website, theprogressiveunion.com. Listen to the podcast. Share it with people you might know that are low information voters. Talk to your friends. Talk to your family. Talk to people you work with.
And do the right thing.
Absolutely.
Yeah. We'll be back with
Yes,
more.
yes,
Thank you
yes.
guys. Progressive Union. All right.
Enlighten, entertain.
And hopefully enrage.
So join us on the Progressive Union, exclusively heard on www.thirdstrikeradio.com.